I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people...
Floyd Mayweather Sr. has broken his silence on the controversy swirling around his son, and the words he chose carried an unmistakable weight of disappointment. Despite having warned Floyd Mayweather Jr. repeatedly about the consequences of living so lavishly, the elder Mayweather admitted that the widely reported $400 million real estate investment may not be entirely grounded in truth. He stated plainly that he has no personal awareness of his son purchasing any such property, which means he is neither in a position to confirm it nor dismiss it outright, while acknowledging that some portion of what has been reported may simply not be accurate.
Me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about? I'm just saying, you know, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. continued, noting that situations like this one are nothing new when it comes to his son. Controversies and rumors of this nature have surfaced before over the years, and they have consistently created friction between the two of them. He also revealed that the two have not seen each other in several months, a distance that stems largely from his ongoing concerns about the way his son chooses to live. With Floyd Jr. having already left the country, there is little anyone around him can realistically do at this point.
Let me do you this. You wanna play games? Come on. I don't play games. I get right to it. Come on. Now turn over. See that like that. You chill. Turn over. Come on. Turn over. Stay over. Come on. Put your hand on me.
Mayweather Sr. then dropped a revelation that few people were expecting. He made clear that this pattern of behavior did not emerge recently. It stretches all the way back to Floyd Jr.'s earliest days in professional boxing. According to his father, Floyd had a habit of purchasing expensive items on credit, running up debts, and projecting a lifestyle of wealth long before the truly large paychecks began arriving. Once the money did start flowing in consistently, Floyd gradually pulled away from his father and drew closer to his uncle Roger Mayweather, adopting him as his primary mentor. That shift created a rift that cut deeply, though Mayweather Sr. chose to carry that pain quietly until now.
The first thing my dad taught me, the first day I went in the gym, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So I took that all throughout life, and it panned out.
Mayweather Sr. acknowledged that he does not even know his son's current whereabouts, yet he felt compelled to speak on what he views as a deeply entrenched pattern. He expressed clear frustration over Floyd Jr.'s history of reckless financial decisions, mounting debts, and questionable money management. He explained that raising these concerns in the past is precisely what led to him being pushed out of his son's inner circle, which is why he has typically stayed quiet rather than invite more conflict. Still, the pain behind his words was impossible to conceal. He questioned openly how a man who earned as much as Floyd did could spend his time boasting about wealth while leaving everyone around him uncertain about where that money actually sits, describing the whole situation as genuinely heartbreaking to witness.
Pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And push each other in a positive way. And, I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather, going back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people.
The source of Mayweather Sr.'s frustration traces back to a bold announcement his son made, one Floyd Jr. described as the single biggest deal of his career. The claim centered on the reported acquisition of 62 rental apartment buildings spread across Upper Manhattan. In a video posted to Instagram, Floyd walked his audience through several of the properties with full confidence, insisting that the entire portfolio belonged to him alone with no partners involved. He also pointed out that the retail spaces located beneath the residential units were included in his ownership. Framing the move as a landmark business achievement, he urged his followers to think on a grander scale and argued that real success is born from bold, well-calculated decisions.
I feel like when you, I mean, as you get older,
Yep.
you have to look at things in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my son this year is 26 years old. So in 4 years, my son will be 30. Then my daughter will be 29 in the 4 years. So I have, grandchildren. So the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, I can't be doing now. Even 5 years ago, I can't be doing now.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about growth, and I'm growing every day.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. I
Floyd Jr. later specified that his company Vita Properties had completed the purchase of the entire 62-building portfolio for $42 million. However, public records painted a very different picture. A full month after his announcement, New York City property filings, which are typically updated shortly after any legitimate transaction closes, showed absolutely no transfers of ownership tied to those buildings. Real estate professionals with direct knowledge of that market said a completed sale to Mayweather did not appear to be anywhere near finalization. On top of that, the NYC Housing Partnership, a non-profit organization that co-owns the majority of those properties in order to preserve tax advantages and maintain affordable rental rates, confirmed through an official spokesperson that they had received absolutely no notification of any planned transaction.
yeah.
We already talked about Mayweather Fitness. People, I got a team talking to me in different places.
Hey, I understand, man. It's a business.
I touch everything. So
Conduct your business, brother.
and if you're an adult,
Yeah.
you come to Vegas, come see me at my gentleman's club. And if you like to skate, when you come to Vegas, come check us out at Skate Rock City.
All right. I appreciate it, Floyd. Thank you.
The NYC Housing Partnership was unambiguous in its statement, confirming that no one had informed them of any sale, pending deal, or change in ownership. A spokesperson explained that under normal circumstances the organization would be directly notified and actively involved in any ownership transfer, but that simply had not happened. Separately, a source with knowledge of the arrangement suggested that Mayweather may have only acquired a small minority stake in the portfolio, with contractual options allowing him to expand his share or pursue full ownership down the line. Whether he intends to exercise those options remains unclear. The source spoke without attribution given the private nature of the arrangement. Despite all the uncertainty surrounding the details, Mayweather has apparently held up his end of the agreement so far. A representative from Black Spruce Management, which holds ownership of the majority of the buildings, stated that Mayweather has fulfilled all of his obligations and continues to be a strong voice in support of affordable housing.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money.
Mir Orbach, the CEO of the Orbach Group, which public records identify as the owner of the remaining buildings in the portfolio, did not respond to multiple attempts at contact by phone or email. When questions about the deal were raised directly, a representative from Vita Properties joined a phone call and introduced himself as James McNair, described as an executive connected to Mayweather's business operations. However, those on the call noted that his voice did not match previous audio recordings of McNair. During the conversation, the representative insisted that Mayweather had indeed acquired the portfolio but refused to go on record with any specific details about the transaction. He did offer one personal detail, explaining that having grown up in affordable housing himself, Mayweather felt a genuine connection to properties with rent-regulated apartments.
I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren.
The idea of giving back to the community while simultaneously generating returns really resonated with him, the representative said, adding that once that concept clicked for Mayweather, his desire to acquire the full portfolio became clear. Follow-up attempts to reach McNair by phone and text went unanswered, and Mayweather's legal team declined to offer any comment. This particular deal is only one of several large-scale real estate ventures Mayweather has promoted publicly over the years. Interestingly, a casual encounter more than a decade ago appears to have been the original gateway into commercial property for him. At a New York Knicks game, Mayweather happened to find himself seated next to Jeff Sutton, a prominent Manhattan retail landlord, and Andrew Matias, who at the time held a senior executive position at SL Green, one of the country's leading commercial real estate firms. The three struck up a connection almost immediately, and according to two individuals who witnessed the exchange, both Sutton and Matias later played a role in guiding Mayweather's early thinking around real estate investment.
In 36 months, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month.
What investment is that?
In real estate. I'm heavy in real estate. Even though I got a lot of cash, OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep y'all credit.
In a podcast interview from 2022, Floyd Jr. recalled that during his active boxing career, drawing on advice from former manager Al Heyman and relationships he had built across various communities, he made an initial $5 million entry into commercial real estate. He claimed the investment was producing $50,000 per month, representing a 12% return on his capital. During that same conversation, Mayweather also referenced holding a stake in One Vanderbilt, a 1,400-foot office tower in Manhattan developed by SL Green. He spoke about himself as a participant in the project, though he incorrectly identified it as the tallest building in New York City.
So, Floyd, man, like, you got everything, you got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses, you got... What's next?
What I'm working on now, I don't really want for nothing.
The individual who spoke to Business Insider while identifying himself as James McNair stated that Floyd Jr. had deployed $88 million across roughly 20 loans connected to SL Green, all of which were tied to commercial properties throughout New York City. He explained that the financing was structured as mezzanine debt, a form of higher interest lending that is commonly used in real estate transactions. The source described the arrangement as a strong avenue for generating returns for Mayweather while also functioning as a strategic marketing opportunity for SL Green, giving the firm the visibility that comes with being publicly associated with someone of Mayweather's profile.
That if you get added, you're going to be the highest DLC.
It's possible. It's possible. I just need everybody to sit back, buckle your seatbelt, because I may be on the next game.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
You know, everything
Right.
everything takes time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We communicate. Everything takes time.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate your time, man. Absolutely. And so again, and I'm going to make sure.
Alexandra Ziri, a spokesperson for SL Green, replied to the inquiry via email with a single line, stating that the company does not comment on individual investors. In the broader world of sports, certain athletes transcend their disciplines entirely, leaving behind legacies that endure long after their careers conclude. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Michael Jordan stand as two of the clearest examples of this, each universally recognized as the pinnacle of achievement in their respective sports. Yet while neither man's accomplishments can be reasonably disputed, Mayweather's legacy has not been without its critics, with some arguing that his path to an unbeaten record involved carefully selecting opponents rather than always pursuing the most dangerous challenges available.
What have you learned from your son, being that he's taught you so much? You've taught him so much, excuse me.
Yes,
What have you learned
yes,
from Floyd? What have you learned from Floyd? Junior, excuse me.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had an argument.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. weighed in on a specific fight he believes produced an outcome that was deeply unfair to his son's opponent, suggesting the judge's decision in Floyd Jr.'s favor was far from justified. In taking that stance, he essentially chose to side against his own son, which speaks volumes about just how fractured that relationship has become. None of this erases the extraordinary nature of Floyd Jr.'s undefeated record, which remains one of the most remarkable achievements in all of sports history. Victories over fighters such as Diego Corrales and Miguel Cotto sit among the highlights of a legendary career. But according to his father, there is one night in particular that should not have gone the way it did.
What do you think about Oscar? What do you remember about training?
But Oscar was the one guy that would do everything.
In May of 2007, Floyd Mayweather Jr. stood at the absolute peak of his powers, unbeaten and widely regarded as the best pound-for-pound fighter alive. That night he stepped into the ring with Oscar de la Hoya in what became one of the most celebrated matchups in the modern era of boxing. De la Hoya's relentless forward pressure and aggressive style collided with Mayweather's precise counterpunching and masterful defensive movement, producing a contest full of drama, skill, and genuine tension that captured the imagination of fans everywhere. The event shattered pay-per-view records, drawing more than 2.4 million viewers and surpassing the previous benchmark of 1.9 million set by the Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson rematch. When the final bell sounded after 12 grueling rounds, the judges awarded Floyd a split decision victory, pushing his record at the time to 38-0.
Tell him to do. He wasn't no mouthy guy. You know, he would do what I tell him to do. He wasn't no mouthy guy or anything like that. We never had that kind of problem.
What made the night even more remarkable was what Floyd Mayweather Sr. said while sitting at the commentary desk for HBO. In a moment that stunned viewers, he openly questioned whether his own son had actually done enough to deserve the win, casting a shadow over the unbeaten record in real time. His assessment was direct: "I will be straight with you. If you score the fight purely on volume, Oscar had the better of it. If you score it on clean, precise landing, that swings toward my son. His defense was excellent. He absorbed and redirected a lot of punches through his guard, but the scoring system still rewards the cleaner work. In my honest judgment, it was an extremely close contest, and by the numbers Oscar may well have done more." Mayweather Sr. also disclosed that his personal scorecard differed from what the official judges submitted. Looking back, that candid admission almost certainly deepened the tension that already existed between father and son.
All I can tell you is Oscar's been a good guy, and Oscar got ready to do a lot of the stuff with people. And
there is important context worth noting here. In the 5 years leading up to that fight, Mayweather Sr. had been Oscar de la Hoya's primary trainer and would have stood in his corner that night were it not for a financial dispute that ended the partnership. So by his father's own reckoning, Floyd Jr.'s professional record perhaps should read 49 wins and 1 loss rather than the unblemished 50-0 he retired with. Floyd himself would undoubtedly reject that framing entirely, having built his entire identity around the perfect record and the status it secured for him in boxing history. Yet even as Mayweather Sr. reflected on that long-ago night, the conversation eventually circled back to the present-day controversies surrounding his son and the allegations of financial misconduct that continue to follow him.
all I can tell you is Oscar's been a good guy, and Oscar got ready to do a lot of the stuff with people. And